Welcome, everyone. I'm Helene Rose, this Be Brilliant Network. I'm here for our teacher feature with one of our amazing facilitators within the network, Michelle and Ryan. Welcome, Michelle.
Hello, I'm so pleased to be here.
Wonderful to have you. I know that you are a yoga facilitator and a breathwork facilitator. You have a book on helping children grieve through sacred actions and images. So that's really beautiful. Can you tell us what inspired that book?
My time as a special ed teacher, and also, we were going to speak how I got on my healing journey, and it was motherhood that got me on my healing journey. I became a mother 5 years after my mother's passing, and that really facilitated when I started noticing my life was taking the same path as hers, that I wanted to enhance my path and not do everything the same that choices that she had taken. And my mother took her own life. So it was a big impetus to make new choices, but it
Hmm.
also was held a lot of grief. So I started practicing and learning how to tend to myself in grief early. And then through that, I was able to serve
Hmm.
children and their families. And that was the impetus for the book.
Hmm. Well, thank you for sharing that. I'm sure that's a very tender piece of you to share. And I'm sure that there have been so many learning and healing opportunities that have come from that experience. And now you're doing really good things as a result of
Yes.
that. Yes.
Yeah, it was. But it's turned out to be, I can sit with a wounded child. And
Hmm.
that is a beautiful gift because I've been that wounded child.
Yes. Oh, Michelle, that's so beautiful. You can
Hmm.
really be with the wounded child. You love supporting children as well as adults.
Hmm.
Yeah. And your class in the network is called Embodying Love Yoga. It's every first Sunday of the month at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. How would you describe that class to somebody who doesn't know anything about yoga? Is it for newbies? Is it for more experienced people?
Anyone can benefit from the class. Um, I do really enjoy beginners, or those who have a preconceived notion about what yoga is and needing a yoga body, and you need to be able to be stretch and those
Hmm.
things. I've been practicing for over 35 years, and so
Wow.
my body has evolved and changed. And I've take brought yoga through every phase. So now the style of yoga I teach is very breath centered. We move from breath and we move from where our body is speaking in this moment, and that is the teacher. The
Hmm.
body is the teacher. And anyone can access it. We do not push, we do not get hurt in yoga. We respond and give the body what it needs. It's nourishing.
Hmm. So when somebody comes into your class, your online class, they can expect to feel very nourished and supported and connect with their breath and maybe even learn something about themselves.
Always, always. I, in my own practice, am learning something every day and did again today. And
Hmm.
it's a quiet time for ourselves in community, held in love
Yes.
and acceptance. Like instead of saying my body should, we say my body is.
Right.
You
I know I've tried to get into like a crow pose for years. And I'm
know.
just like, okay, done with crow pose. No more of that. My wrists don't want any of that. I really like that gentle honoring of the self, nourishing experience where I can just be with my body in a very loving way.
Yes. A few years back, my body was injured and I wasn't able to move, and I love to move. I've
Hmm.
been moving my a lot my whole life. I really get a lot of centeredness from movement. And I was beginning to feel like, is this it? I was turning 60. My body didn't look or feel like I was used to it looking or feeling. And once I started just dropping in and loving her,
Hmm.
I am back to moving almost as much as I did in my youth. It's
Hmm.
just with more consciousness. It's slower, but I can still dance and walk and lift weights. It's just not mindless. You get
Hmm.
away with things when you're in at different stages. And then some of us get the lesson, like I got the lesson emotionally young. I didn't get the lesson physically until I was older.
Mm,
So when you get the lesson is when you get the lesson, and the lesson is you got to be here. You got to
mm-hmm,
be pay attention. You don't get away with ignoring her.
mm-hmm,
And another thing I like to say, I'm I'm not doing a pose. I'm in a
mm-hmm.
body that
Oh,
is experiencing a pose.
yes, I love that.
And I used to do poses.
Yeah,
Drag
like
her along.
right, right. Come on, body. Let's get you into handstands. No, not
Yeah,
today, not ever.
that's right.
Yeah, yeah. I just love that idea of just this big, you're giving yourself a big hug when you carve out that quiet inner time to slow down and breathe.
Right.
And it's,
And we take that self-care, that love, that acceptance into everything we do then.
mm-hmm,
And there's a lot of metaphysical, talk that comes through me while I'm in the place of facilitating.
mm,
So words come out that I wasn't thinking, and
yeah,
and it's through 35 years of being and embodying yogic traditions.
mm-hmm,
And so there's talk about the Mother Earth. There's talk about the spirit and the angels and the
mm-hmm,
energy meridians from the heart to the palms.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So I imagine when somebody is in your class, they could really also receive some insights through you that will land with them in a certain way that opens something up, a new perspective, a new revelation, an inner awareness.
Yeah, that has been the feedback. That has been
Oh,
the Yeah, that has been the feedback. And this iteration, I'm a wisdom woman. This iteration has come from other women that I was on retreat with, watching me practice and asking me to offer the practice to them.
hmm.
And then they's like, this was so gentle, so beautiful. We want more. And
Oh,
we don't live in the same state. So I've been getting on Zoom together for a year, every
oh,
Monday morning.
oh,
Hmm.
beautiful. I love that.
Yeah,
So folks can come in and try a class for free in the network and potentially even come and join you every Monday.
that's right. And
Yeah,
I also offer the first one free in my Monday morning or another time. And I also offer a one-on-one because it's very personalized.
yeah.
Coming from the special education background, um, individualization is very important.
Oh, yeah.
And since I want my students to notice their body, do what their body needs,
Mm-hmm.
so I focus as well on the individual bodies while I'm working.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you for your service as a public educator.
You're welcome. Thank you for noticing.
Yes, I get what that's like. I do know. Yeah, the previous public school educator as well.
Yeah.
So it's a very unique calling for sure. And now I love that you're just bringing your spirit gifts into the world to help, really help and serve women and men. Whoever wants to come to your class is welcome.
Everyone's welcome. Tends to be women, but everyone's welcome.
Yeah,
And
beautiful.
that's what's beautiful about your network, the Be Brilliant network. It gives us the space for each of us to be our individual selves and in a parameter of our joint mission.
Hmm.
But the freedom here is is larger than the freedom I felt when I was in public schools to
Hmm.
really be I kind of had to be a little covert in my in my service.
Yes.
But
Yes.
here, just like I just said, I can talk about angels and Mother Earth here.
Yes.
So,
Yes. You be you. You be you.
yeah,
Spirit teacher.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. So how would you say, since you started offering this embodying love yoga to folks, how has your own life changed as a result of stepping up in service?
Well, I just took an inhale. It has been so nourishing. Um, I'm more connected to my own spirit body. Um, I have more joy. I
Hmm.
have more happiness and love. And it's not a lot of people. It's just the moment of being in communion with others just lights me up.
Mm.
So I'm more light and I'm more courageous in the sense that I carry my own safety. I'm not trying to fit in as much as I used
Mm-hmm.
to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Beautiful. So you're,
Having people who say, "Hey, we need more," that's a beautiful thing.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you just feel like lighter and
Yeah,
joyful and grateful. Yeah. Lovely.
yeah,
Lovely.
yeah.
So, I'm curious when somebody feels stuck or, in their pain or, overwhelmed, just having all the feelings, what would be one really gentle piece of advice you would give them?
Yes. We ground in our hips, or our feet if we're standing. It can even be in the grocery store.
Hmm.
But we ground. My favorite way to ground is on my back with my legs up the wall. But
Uh,
I also can ground in stressful moments in real life. I ground. I take that inhale and I allow the exhale.
hmm.
And I do that at least 3 full times. Yeah, I
Hmm.
see you doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Your voice just naturally guides me into that experience.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah. Take a
yeah.
deep breath 3 times. Feel you're grounded. Slow down. Yeah.
Else that we practice in the class is we begin to learn how to be audible in our breath.
Hmm.
So that sends a message to our own nervous system to relax, to come down. And then if others are around us, it brings them down too.
Hmm.
And so that's what's the beauty of doing it in community. And but then also that's how we can be the force of love in chaotic situations we might happen to be in, which most of us are in those throughout our days these
Hmm.
days. And it
Yeah.
was the first thing I always did with my special ed student or their parent. I make eye contact and I start to
Hmm.
match their breath.
Hmm.
And for me to be able to match their breath, I need to be connected to my breath most of the time.
Right. Right.
And when we get stressed, we hold our breath. That's the first thing. So I use the example of inhaling because I was sourcing from the earth, but we could also just exhale big and
Mm.
let it all go back to her. And the earth recycles that energy. It
Yeah.
does not have bad or good energy. The earth just wants all of us.
Yes.
And we return it to her because we're done with it. It served
Yes.
us all we can.
Right. I like
So
to
it,
imagine that Mother Earth takes our energy and our breath, whatever we want to release, and just, yeah, like you said, recycles it, but grows new life with it.
right, it's fertilizer.
Yes. Yeah, the
Yeah.
compost.
Yeah, the compost or
Hmm.
those tulips. Yep.
Yeah, we're not meant to hold on to all that stress and tension. Like holding on to that really restricts us from being, feeling that love that's there for us, feeling that flow, feeling like we're part of something bigger. Like when we're all tight and squished, it's like nothing can get in, no new inspiration, no new thoughts, like healing energy, it can't come in, which is why we've got to practice like yoga and embodying love yoga to help us soften, help us open, to help us be able to receive and heal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we carve out space and time to practice when it may be a little bit easier, while we're not in that stressful moment. So that's why the practice is important. Coming to the mat, coming to your quiet place, and cultivating a connection to self and awareness of breath and tapping into the relaxation so that when we're in moments, we can
Hmm.
return.
So it's preventative. It's
Yeah.
like taking a vitamin for your
Yes.
emotions.
That's right.
Yeah.
And also, sometimes things that need to be leaving your body will leave your body while you're in these states, but you're doing it in a safe place with some more choice. You're not
Hmm.
bombarded by it.
Hmm.
And that goes back to the grief piece,
Hmm.
having some sense of when you're in grief, it feels so chaotic and bouncing around that if you set time apart from your everyday to allow it to move, the pressure cooker is not so tight and you can just let it out little by little by little
Hmm.
instead of being hit over the head with it.
Hmm. Yeah, I love that. So if somebody's brand new and has never used a practice to help them, be really grounded, balanced, sort of preventing, bigger explosions in the world, things like that. Would you recommend they start like once a week, once a day?
Oh. I'd say it would be more like, yeah, once a day for shorter periods.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely find a community or a teacher that you're comfortable with
Mm-hmm.
that can hold space for you in that place
Mm-hmm.
as you explore this place for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Having a journal is helpful too, because it's just a way to flow it out, which I know you teach a
Mm-hmm.
lot of, but consistency. So you choose for yourself.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at first, definitely, especially if you're in a high alert state to begin with, 5 minutes, 10 minutes
Mm-hmm.
is maybe all you can manage, and that is
Mm-hmm.
great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lovely. But I'm sure you'd be thrilled to help anybody at any time if they wanted to come and experience that with you for a few minutes and see what
Yep.
it's like. Folks can definitely reach out to you. Your website is Michelle and Ryan.
Correct.
Great. We'll put
Yeah.
that we'll put that in the show notes here too
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Dot
But
com. Yeah.
Mich
MichelleAnnRyan.com, www at period, michelleandryan.com. And I am a person of service. I've helped a lot of people. Money is not a factor. I believe in the exchange of energy. And
hmm
eventually, yes, money will probably be exchanged, but it doesn't have to
hmm
be to explore if what
explore.
I have is what they're looking for and if we're a good fit.
Yes. You're in service. Your heart's in
I
service.
mean,
You're
yeah,
stepping up to contribute to the healing of our planet.
yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So, Be Brilliant Network, our mission is to awaken brilliance within every being through experiential learning, healing, and conscious connection. So, knowing that, Michelle, and this idea of being brilliant, what does that mean to you in your own life?
Mm. Again, it just see, I take the in breath every
Mm,
time. It just, and that is what brings my brilliance forth. It's being true to myself. It's being in validation of myself and others.
mhm,
It's being in validation that we are breathed and carry spirit with us
mhm,
and being guided by spirit. Definitely a lot more loving to myself as well. I've always been a big giver. That was not an issue. But being receptive
mm,
to the flow between is
mhm,
becoming more brilliant.
mm. I love that. There's like a balance with the giving and the receiving, with the energy of the universe.
Yeah.
Hmm. Beautiful. Michelle, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your thoughts and your gift to the world. It's such a beautiful thing to just show up in that way. So thank you so much. And I know people will be able to reach you at michelleandryan.com and come and take Michelle's class the first Sunday of every month at bebrilliantnetwork.com. It's free. And check out her book on her website, Helping Children Grieve Through Sacred Actions and Images.
Yeah. Thank you, Helene, for all the nourishment you're giving each of us.
Oh, you're so welcome, Michelle. I'll see you in the network.
Okay. Namaste.
Namaste.